This was the most expensive dinner in the world. But when the waiter came out, he brought nothing but an empty plate. While the guests were still confused, one of the waiters suddenly pulled out a gun and shot himself. His body was quickly carried back into the kitchen. Not long after, a new dish was served, made from human flesh. That's when the head chef announced that tonight's ingredients were all of the people present. A wealthy guest tried to get up and leave, but several people pinned him down and chopped off one of his fingers. With no way to escape, everyone was forced to return to their seats. Amy went up to the chef to ask why he was doing this. The chef told her she didn't belong here, her name wasn't even on the guest list. He asked if she wanted to join his crew or remain a guest. But either way, he said, whether guest or cook, everyone on this island would end up dead. Then the chef walked over to an older man who had been a regular customer at the restaurant. He asked the man to name just one of the dishes he had eaten here, but the old man couldn't answer. The chef was furious. He had poured his heart into his cooking, yet no one even cared enough to remember. So the old man was thrown into the ocean. The next course required a wooden barrel. Since Amy had chosen to join the team, the chef sent her to his house to fetch it. When Amy arrived at the chef's home, she stumbled upon a secret room. On the walls hung several photos. She noticed that the chef looked happiest in the picture where he was making his very first burger. Suddenly, Amy spotted a radio transmitter. She quickly tuned it to a frequency and called for help. Then she carried the barrel back to the restaurant. Just then, police sirens blared outside. The chef realized something was wrong. He warned everyone that if anyone dared to snitch, they would be killed. Soon, a police officer walked into the dining hall. He asked who had used the radio to send the distress call. Nobody dared to answer. The chef calmly told him this was just a normal dinner party. That's when the officer noticed one of the guests was a famous actor. He said he was a huge fan and asked for an autograph. The actor agreed. When the officer handed over paper and a pen, the actor secretly scribbled a message for help. As the officer was about to leave, he spotted the words on the paper. He quickly drew his weapon and pointed it at the guests. Everyone became excited, shouting accusations about the chef's crimes. But then the officer suddenly aimed his gun at a candle and pulled the trigger to light it. The gun was fake. It was all part of the chef's performance. The radio had been planted on purpose just to lure Amy into using it. Now everyone completely lost hope. At that moment, Amy said she was hungry and wanted a burger. The chef's face froze in surprise. Then he quickly cooked up a cheeseburger for her. Amy took a bite and praised it as the best burger she had ever eaten. For the first time that night, the chef smiled, but Amy asked if she could get it to go. The chef wrapped it up for her. Amy pulled out some cash, paid the bill, and walked out. In the end, everyone else was turned into part of the final meal. The restaurant went up in flames and the entire island exploded. Amy was the only one who survived.